Welcome to Leaders of Today, Teens to Titans, the podcast dedicated to empowering our youth to become leaders of tomorrow. I'm your host, Lorraine Connell, and today we're kicking off a new series focused on helping parents and teens navigate the complex world of teenage relationships. We are finishing this series focused on one of the most challenging aspects of parenting, our relationships with our teens. This episode is the final one in our series, navigating the dynamics and often tricky relationships between parents and their teenage children. Stick around until the end to find out how you can join our email series and gain access to a wealth of resources to support you in this journey. Ooh, boy, this is a challenge for every parent. While I'm not a parent coach, I do have a resource with a few amazing parent coaches who have taught me a lot. If you would like that list, please reach out. In this episode, I share information about my resources, lessons I've learned as a parent of teens, and insights from coaching teens. I've also listened to countless hours of podcasts from experts in the field, and I'm excited to share what I've learned. Our relationship with our teens is changing because so much of their lives are changing. Ironically, when they need us the most, they often pull away. It's crucial for them to know that we are still there when they muster the courage to come to us. Lisa DeFore in the book Untangled shares it's like a swimming pool. They swim out on their own, but they come back to us for a break, just like they would swim to the edge of the pool. And then when they're relieved and feel energetic again, they push off. And sometimes it hurts the way they push off. However, the hardest thing is dealing with the hurt when they don't reach out for us. I've found myself reacting in ways that reflect my own hurt, which is never the right answer. Remember, we all make mistakes, especially when we're hurting. Having spoken to hundreds of teens, I know they want to trust us and need to know we will be there when they make mistakes. As parents, it's tempting to say, "I told you so," but hold back. Instead, listen to them, ask what they've learned, help them evaluate the situation, and identify what they could have done differently. This approach helps them problem solve and learn from their mistakes, preparing them for life outside of the home. And as I shared in episode 3 of this series, help them recognize the benefits of coming up with Plan B. Okay, you say, don't tell them, "I told you so." Listen. How do I do those things? Well, here are some strategies for building a strong relationship with your teen. The ones that I found particularly effective are the ones that I will share today. Admit your mistakes. Demonstrate to your children that mistakes happen and no one's immune. They may think of you as a superhero, and you may want to be that superhero. But when we don't admit our mistakes, they're not willing to admit their mistakes. Show them how to handle themselves when they make a mistake by owning up to our actions. If you hide or deny your mistakes, your teen is likely to do the same, leading to worse outcomes when they get caught. Learn to listen. Ooh, this one is challenging, I can tell you. I often find myself trying to fix their problem. But if we just wait to respond, rather than truly listening to our teens, the approach doesn't work. We have to practice active listening. When I started practicing it, the results were incredible. I asked, "Do you want me to listen? Or do you want me to help you or give you advice?" I remember the first time I did this, and the look on my own teen's face was like, what? You really care what I think? Setting boundaries and being a sounding board. That's another strategy. Set your rules to provide a safe environment without being overly restrictive. Your role is to be a non-judgmental sounding board. I find myself saying no to things, and when pressed for why, I don't know why. So if I can't come up with the why, maybe I ask some more questions and don't say no just to get them out of my hair. When I set rules, I have to ensure they are balanced so my teen doesn't feel the need to rebel. Remember, you are their lifeline. So the two best things you can do to show your teen that your relationship is solid are to admit your mistakes and listen actively. These behaviors demonstrate how to handle mistakes and create a supportive environment. If you want to learn more, you can access the resource that this is based upon for navigating difficult conversations and even navigating conflicts with your teens. If you sign up for the email series on relationships, the link to join this email series with all the resources can be found in the show notes. Thank you for tuning in to the final episode of this relationship series of the podcast, Leaders of Today, Teens to Titans. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other parents who might benefit from this conversation. Together, we can support our teens in building healthy, positive relationships and becoming the leaders of tomorrow. Until next time, I'm Lorraine Connell, and this is Leaders of Today, Teens to Titans.